Boy, I thought you knew, son. What up, y'all? Quick drop in. This just forget I said just forget that I started the whole vlog off with the word please forgive me. I, like you, am doing my best to remove that from the vocabulary, which brings me to my first point. There's a few key things that I'd like for us to focus in on when starting out this new vlogging YouTube journey and joining this community, this beautiful community. Shout out to Chris Meets Chris and Luis Hermosillo and Harley Mack and Cam Brown Vlogs and all these other cats that have essentially granted or created this community for us to go in. So let me just start off by saying that. Number two, I actually was just listening to one of Luis's, there it is again. There's that word again. That's that no word. We're going to stop that today. Maybe tomorrow. Anyways, I was watching Luis Hermosillo's vlog, and this one is titled A Journey Towards Peace, Not What I Expected. I'm about halfway through. Notice I didn't say that time. I said I got you. Anyways, I'm about halfway through. I've actually been working on this vlog for a few days. I keep going back to it. For some reason, I can usually sit there and get through his vlogs, even the longer ones, like the 25, 30-minute ones. This one's only 17 minutes, and I keep coming back to it. But I will finish it after we take this little break, because I gotta create. I love it. You feel me? I love it. But one thing he had mentioned was, when he was first starting out, he hadn't realized how hard YouTube was and how much, work you got to put into to work with the algorithm and, and this and that. And I get it. I don't think I'm quite that far along to empathize, but I can sympathize. I can understand the concept and the idea of that being an overwhelming monster. The algorithm is undefeated. You can't beat the algorithm. If you can't beat them, you join them. You got to work with it. But one thing that I really want to focus on when starting out this journey is not focusing on the algorithm and the keywords and the this and the that's and the getting all wrapped up in that, just in the things that YouTubers get wrapped up in when they're doing this, whether they're just starting out or it's more so for the more intermediate YouTubers, especially if you're looking to monetize and get the what is it, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, and you're trying to go that route. Then of course you got to worry about the algorithm, baby. You gotta work within it. You gotta work within your means. However, one thing that really sparks something in me is I'm really excited about the community. Like, for example, my videos at this point, I got like 3 of them out. Not a single one has more than 6 views. But all of them have a boatload of comments and engagement. And shout out, I'm gonna make another video when I can get the list of the names of the new creators that are out there. Aside from the more well-known ones, like the Luis Hermosillos and the Chris Meets Chris's and the Cam Brown Vlogs and the Harley Macks, right? These are some less well-known creators, but they're part of the community nonetheless, and we're going back and forth and we're vibing and we're commenting on each other's videos, and I love that. Even if I'm so cool, I am so cool with the idea of only having 10 views on any of these videos. And that's 10 people that I've either reached or impacted or have touched in a way that I can't do it in where I locally am, physically speaking. Could only reach them on the internet. But 10 people, look at this room. This room is not big at all. if I could fit 10 people in here, it'd be packed. It'd be crowded, right? So I want us to get away from this idea of falling into the trap, like Luis Hermosillo was saying in this video, of getting overwhelmed and all worked up about the algorithm and this and that and eat, right? Just solely focus on the community. The community is really, it's really positive, it's uplifting, it's supportive. The people here are great from what I've experienced so far. Haven't had a negative interaction yet. Granted, it's still early on in the journey. Don't get me wrong. I've only posted 3 videos in a matter of 3 or 4 days. So, I don't want to, I don't want to mislead anyone or even myself in the sense of thinking like, and of course, as time goes on, my thoughts and my ideas will probably shift as I grow, like where I'm like, man, 10 people just ain't enough. It's not enough. I got 100 subscribers. Why are only 10 people watching, right? So I'm sure that, that'll change over time and expectations and standards and all that good stuff. But right now, if you're just starting out, brand new, 0 subscribers, 1 subscriber, you have 1 or less videos out. Don't even care about the algorithm. Don't care. You could put a little attention into the thumbnail. I'd recommend getting your practice in because that's highly important down the road. There's that word again, huh? We gotta stop it. Get out of here. Anyway, that's another word. Anyway, I'll say anyway as a transition word to jump right into the next topic. Or even if we're on the same topic, I'll say anyway, and we'll just continue on. But anyway, see, there we go again. The idea here, the big takeaway, the big idea is if you're just starting out, just getting involved, don't even focus on an algorithm. Focus on the community, focus on engagement, focus on going through and find most of these new creators I found them in the comment section. Matter of fact, shout out to Shifting Nuggets. He had sent someone over my way. He had sent over Fun Size Lady. Yeah, those that's their names. Shifting Nuggets had sent over Fun Size Lady to one of my videos in the comment section. And then it's Fun Size Lady commented on my video, and so we got to going back and forth. I checked out her channel, and she's got some cool stuff going on over there, man. She's got this hydroponic setup, and she's like she's growing her own fruits and vegetables, and it's super dope. That's super dope. That's cool. I've been wanting to grow my own fruits and vegetables because I know how important it is. That's a long lost skill. I think all of us should know how to grow our own food. But she's doing it via hydroponics, and has this whole little kit set up. And I got engaged, jumped down in the comments. I said, yo, this is a super cool thing. Like, if you don't mind me asking, how much does it cost to start up? She said it costs $70 for the kit on Amazon. $10 for some plant food, right? You can get seeds. Another $10 to get seeds. You can also get those on Amazon or Walmart or Sprouts. I'm sure you can get them other places. Maybe if you're really into the organic stuff, you might want to find those seeds and source those elsewhere, somewhere that's more well known to not have, funked out seeds. Let's just say there's funked out seeds out there, but I'm jumping too far into it, or I'm getting off topic. Either way, going back to checking out Fun Size Lady's channel and then learning about her hydroponic setup, and she's going through the details and she's showing us what she's got going on. That's dope to me. You feel me? I love that. I love being able to be exposed to a new creator just starting out on their journey as well, and finding something as cool as that. And that was actually a bridge or a connection made because I checked out, or I saw Shifting Nuggets' first video that he posted, and he was very authentic and vulnerable and going through and telling us, like, he's been sitting on this idea of starting a YouTube channel and posting his first video for a couple weeks to a month or two now. And guess what? That's my story too. That's a lot of our stories, I'm sure. The community is blowing up so fast now, but I guarantee you, I promise you, at least 10% of these people that are starting their journey on this within this community on YouTube with vlogging and whatnot, they didn't just buy a camera yesterday and then post their first video the next day or the same day. I'm sure a lot of them have either had it for a week, 2 weeks, couple months, maybe a year, maybe some of us, excuse me, I'm itching my eye. Pardon me. I don't know if I got something in there or what. Either way, yeah. The vulnerability and the resonance, the shared experience that Shifting Nuggets had shared in his first video, boy, I'm telling you what, that got me to jump off the porch and dive into it. Because I was like, yo, this guy, he pretty much got a similar story as to mine. You know, he's going through, he's overthinking things. But eventually one day he sees a video from one of these creators, inspires him enough to jump up off the porch. And funny enough, it's strange to say that even after watching all these other creators, and they've got way more videos than myself or anyone, you know, that's just starting out, obviously, as inspiring and as much information and is like much fire they set up in your heart and in your spirit to get started, you just never did. But that one guy that's got the one video and it's his first video, that was enough. That was enough for me to jump off the porch and get active. That's my own personal testimony and story. I thought that was very interesting about myself. I find that intriguing. In fact, I don't know what it was. I don't know why his video of all videos was the one that like got me into it and got me to take action, even though I've had this DJI Action 5 Pro for about a month and a half now. Got hours of content on it. Got plenty of content, never posted any of it. You know, I did dig into the archives the other day, and I posted that one where, you know, I was talking about when I found the $20 and we're going to turn it into $200. And I still want to do that. In fact, I want to make a whole series on it. I still got the cash, and it's right here. $20. $20 cash. You're going to have to transfer that to the bank, right? Take that to the bank to either... there was two ways that I was talking about. And this vlog is all over the place, so forgive me for that. That's another thing there's that word again. I told you about that, didn't I? Knock it off. Anyway, I'm all over the place on this vlog, and that's fine for now. It's going to be the 4th video posted. But I did promise one of my new favorite creators, and let me pull up his page so I don't get anyone's name wrong or misspell or misspeak or anything. But this cat is dope. He's dope. I love his content. I knew from the very first video I saw of his, I knew I was gonna love his content. And he just posted today. Where's he at? Hold on, let me check my notifications. That'll be easier to find him. There it is. Hold on. Is it JB or J-Bay? Because I don't want, like I said, man, I don't want to mess up the name, man. I don't want to do it. But yeah, Bea-Creates. He's dope. Go check him out. I'm gonna leave a link to I'm gonna at all the vloggers mentioned in this video here. I loved his very first video is the one that most resonated with me, and I loved it. It's absolutely fire because he's talking about all of the important things in life, right? Family, good health, right? Things like this, things that we need to stop focusing on, all this other bull stuff going on around us. Dot, chill out, Dot. You leave Booty Cat alone. You understand? Anyways, Dot's trying to get rowdy with my Booty Cats, and you know she's just playful. But Booty Cat, he's not a dog, so they're speaking two different languages. He might think she's doing something else, and she's just trying to play, and you know. So anyways, like I said, I'm giving myself some grace to be all over the place in this vlog, because it's a one take. That's another thing I wanted to focus on before getting back to what my boy Bea-Creates was he was dropping some straight fire gems in the comments. My boy is giving out solid advice, golden nuggets worth paying for. Hey man, you might have to charge for the golden nuggets that you drop, and you might have to package those up in a real nice little mini micro course or something. But you dropping them, giving them out in the comments. Shout out to you for that. Prosperity, abundance, that will always come back. I promise. I was actually just talking to my girl earlier today on the topic of giving, and that giving. See, because she was being vulnerable and telling me, you know, that she's feeling a certain type of way about giving in a situation or a circumstance. And I'm not going to go into details about it, but essentially, you know, she was saying that she was starting to feel resentful towards somebody, even though they didn't even ask to be given what she's given them as a gift. And I said, baby, let's back up a little bit. Let's slow our roll, right? Because that's one of the enemy's greatest tools in his toolkit is the feeling of resentment, especially when it comes to giving. You should never feel resentful for giving if you got it, right? Now, it's different if you're feeling pressured or obligated to give and you feel as though you don't got it, right? You feel like you're living in lack. You're not living in abundance, and you feel like you don't got nothing left to give. Then yeah, you're gonna feel resentment, and that's just natural. But that's an enemy's lie. That's one of the greatest tools of leverage, of lying from the enemy. Don't let it happen to you. And it's an easy thing to fall down. I promise. I like to live by a principle or rule of don't give it if you don't got it, right? You wouldn't go to a homeless man for a loan, would you? No, don't do that. Don't go to somebody seeking their love if they don't love themselves. How does that work? You can't do that. Don't try to give if you ain't got it. Don't try to ask for someone to give if they ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just simple stuff like that. But because if you're in a position to give, you're in a position of power. It's not like a power of having leverage or like a power of having over somebody. It's just because, going back to that conversation with my girl, you know, I was giving an example of yesterday. My buddy, you know, he asked me to bring through a 1 or 2 rolls of toilet paper. Now, it's been a while since I've been to Costco, so I don't got the big pack. But the last time I was at the grocery store, I got the small pack, right? Because it's what I had, it's what I could afford at the time. And I'm about halfway through that joint. And so as much as I wanted to give him 2 rolls of toilet paper, we had to settle with 1, which is enough. That's what I had to give. And you know what? I came through yesterday with the roll of toilet paper, you feel me? And he was just as grateful as if I had 2. And I didn't feel like you could be nice and be like, hey man, you know, I would have given 2, but I just, you know, I ain't got the Costco thing. But here's the thing about it. Here's what I mean by you're in a position of power. If you're the one giving something to somebody, or somebody's asking for something and you're the one giving it, you're not obligated. You don't need to feel obligated to justify or give an excuse as to why you couldn't give more. You understand what I'm saying? So I just say that to say, 1, this video's all over the place. Don't mind that. 2, giving is a gift. It's honestly a blessing and a gift. If you're in a position to give and to be a blessing to somebody, that is a blessing unto itself. And don't ever let the enemy try and trick you into feeling resentful for it. Like I said, unless those feelings are natural and because you're feeling obligated because someone's pressuring you to give something that you just don't feel like you're in a position to give, naturally you're gonna feel resentment. But if you got it and you can give it, don't feel resentment, because then that defeats the purpose. That defeats the whole purpose of giving. If you are gonna be resentful and like you're gonna be in it's gonna put you in a bad mood and whatnot, and it's just gonna ruin your day, why even do it? Why do it? You know what I mean? Anyways, going back to my boy Bea-Creates, or Bea-Creates, bro, you gotta let me know how to pronounce it. And maybe I just haven't watched enough of your videos to see how you pronounce it. Perhaps you bless, excuse me, my hand was covering the mic. Perhaps you bless us with the with how to pronounce it. But he was dropping a gem in the comments earlier, and what he was saying, hold up, like I said, let me pull up my notifications. And I'm gonna do this on my next video, I promise, JB, because I know I need to do it. I know I need some more structure, right? I need to not jump all over the place. But I kind of feel like this is a mix or a combo of what Harley Mack was talking about the other day with, what do you call it, a gumbo vlog, right? Kind of a little bit of everything and everywhere, but I think he cuts his up and edits them. I just do one takes. Right now I'm doing YouTube the simplest, easiest way possible. One takes, minimal editing, if any at all, other than slapping a LUT or they're not even LUTs, they're just filters. I just go into the DJI Mimo app, swipe through the filters that I like that look good for whatever situation I'm talking in. This is full auto, by the way. This is, usually I do like pro mode, and I'll just do auto white balance and auto settings. But this one, because I'm inside and it's kind of low light conditions, I just threw it on straight auto mode. Just took the pro mode off completely. And we're at 4K 30 frames a second, 4:3 ratio, RockSteady, not RockSteady Plus, just RockSteady. So those are the settings, just off cuff. But let me check out this comment that Bea-Creates had tagged me in earlier, because this was gold. Hold up, it wasn't that one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, because we've been having this back and forth the other day, right? I was telling him about how I'm ideating themes and topics that I want my channel to be based on, and I told him I'm leaning towards the self-development lifestyle design path. And he came through with a banger, and he said, what works in that niche based on other channels based on other channels he saw, is to draft out some video ideas, which is yeah, of course, obviously we need to start there, honestly, because there's only so much that the viewers that you guys are going to be willing to take with all this all over the place. But just starting out, this is like a rough draft. I'm just getting some ideas out right now, and shouting out some newer creators, and the creators that I've had interactions with and have made an impact on me so far, even with my 4 videos out. And this is dope, because like I said, I don't have a video over 7 views, but one of them's got like over 20 comments. Another one's got, decent 4 or 5 comments, and it's, the engagement is there. So that's what I'm really focused on. Don't even trip about the views, bro. If you got 1 view on your video and you got like 10, 20 comments going back and forth with that one person that viewed it, that's a dub. You're winning. Okay, because that's someone that you wouldn't have met otherwise. All right, you wouldn't have made the connection otherwise. Imagine 2 people, that's double now. Imagine 10 people, and so on and so forth as you grow. But going back to what JB was saying, he was saying that he starts out with the title, then he moves on to the body of the script, just with a few bullet points to keep him on track. And then he said to try that, and remember, videos need to do one of these things to be successful. And I've heard this before, and I know it to be true. It needs to educate, entertain, or inspire. Preferably 2 of 3 of those things. So any 2 of those, so to either educate and entertain, or to educate and to inspire, or to entertain and inspire, right? That's your combos. Those are your combos. Those are your options. I like the idea of entertaining and inspiring, with a sprinkle of education on there, because I know I drop gems. Yo, who else is gonna tell you some insight like that about the one of the most important things in life, giving, which you gotta do, because life is all of give and take, right? So you're doing both all through life. Things have been given to you. You've had to give things to other people. There's an exchange of value. Giving is one of those things that's very important, in my humble opinion. Who else is gonna have some insight like I do? And honestly, probably a lot of people, maybe some people that never even heard of the things that I was talking about when it comes to giving, but now they are exposed to that idea and they can explore that and see how that works in their own life. And that's the beauty of this community. That's the beauty of it. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I've already taken about 25 minutes of your time. We're actually on the cusp of 26 minutes. I hope that you found this entertaining and inspiring and a little bit educating, a little sprinkle on top of education. We're gonna get into that. But shout out to JB Creates, shout out to Fun Sized Lady, and shout out to Shifting Nuggets. Those are the three creators that I'm gonna shout out in the community, starting out in my journey that I've. Also Cam Brown Vlogs. Shout out to him. He actually commented on one of my videos, and even though my first one was like shouting him out, and Chris Meets Chris and Luis Hermosillo, that very first video I posted, and that title it has Chris Meets Chris, Luis Hermosillo, and It's Just Storm. I believe those were the three that I chose to call out, and that's because they're, like I said, they're the from what I saw, they're big dogs. They're bigger than me, and they're the reason a lot of us that have joined in on this community, and it's a beautiful thing. So I thought I'd get their attention by tagging them in the video, but I'm gonna be honest, not a single one of them has hit me back yet, which is fine. Outside of maybe I think It's Just Storm, me and him had some back and forth in the comments on one of his videos, but as far as like them checking out any of my videos, I don't think it's happened. But Cam Brown Vlogs, he commented on one of my videos. So shout out, my boy. Shout out to Mr. Cam Brown Vlogs, and shout out to JB Creates, and shout out to Fun Sized Lady, and to Sifting. I think it's Sifting Nuggets. I'm sorry. I don't know if it's sifting or shifting. I'm gonna have to get clarity on that too before I end this, because I don't wanna step on no toes and disrespect nobody. You feel me? At least not in this community. You feel me? Not anybody who hasn't disrespected me. So it is Sifting Nuggets. Yep. Like mining, like gold mining. Sifting nuggets. And I'm sure he's going to have plenty of nuggets dropped in his videos that we can all sift through and get an idea of what's going on in his head and his mind. And that's the beauty of this whole experiment and experience and community, is that we just get to come together and share ideas and share our thoughts, experiences, you know what I'm saying, life lessons we've learned, life lessons that we're currently learning, and building together. So that's all I really got to say about that. We're going on dang near 30 minutes now. I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I doubt anybody has gotten to this point of the video. If you have, put a comment down below. Shout out to you. Let me know any one of your videos you want me to watch, all because if you have stuck around this long, I'll watch any one of your videos all the way through. You just let me know. You feel me? And don't cheat, okay? If you skipped to get to this point, don't even say nothing that you watched it all the way through. Like, you know what I'm saying? But if you watch it all the way through, drop a comment. I want to see how engaging and how entertaining or inspiring I truly am to get this started. But I do make a promise to promise to our boy JB Creates to make a video, and a promise to myself to make a video this weekend that does have some more structure, that absolutely is going to be focused on inspiring, educating, and educating, inspiring, and entertaining, or uplifting. You know what I'm saying? Either one. I think inspiring and uplifting are synonymous. But either way, shout out to all of you guys. I love this community so far. Thank you so much for the feedback and for letting me know. And I've heard this in the past, that I got a decent camera presence. I'm humbled. I'm grateful. Thank you so much for your interaction. And I look forward to building with y'all and growing with y'all and seeing where this thing goes. So catch me in the comments. Reach out anytime, you feel me? Let's go back and forth, and let's do the dang thing. So I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Yay! Off the dribble.